Welcome. Today, I'm going to walk you through a very simple nervous system resetting tool. And it's really so important to reset your nervous system, particularly at midlife. It is a dysregulated nervous system is one of the biggest contributors I see of symptoms that we associate with menopause, particularly in the Western world and with Western women. We have a real imbalance of how we're living. We're out of alignment with nature cycles, with doing versus being, with activity versus rest, with thinking versus feeling, all these, we'd say the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine in Eastern medicine. So we've equated so much of our worth with our doing. We've made rest mean that we're lazy. How many women feel like, oh, I can't stop doing, I can't lie down in the middle of the day, I'm lazy. And we sacrifice the need to take care of ourselves and putting others first or doing things, getting stuff checked off our list and pushing our needs to later. Often I find women are grabbing that space for themselves at the end of the night, literally late, pushing well past the times when they're tired just to get some time to themselves. And there's a cost to this. So what I'm going to talk about today is a little bit about the effects of a dysregulated nervous system. And no shame, this is inevitable in some ways. Just this is what we've been told how we are to live. But when we can understand the effects of of living in a dysregulated way or out of balance, and then reclaim some balance through very simple daily actions, nervous system regulating tips, your body will regulate, you will feel better, and your hormones will be in better shape too, because you're not sacrificing the juicy hormones for the get shit done hormones. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Angela Warburton. I am an Eastern medicine practitioner by trade with over 25 years working with women in the clinic. I have a background in Western science, Western nutrition, also Eastern nutrition, mindfulness. I do work very holistically using food as medicine, lifestyle medicine, herbal medicine, and just really simple tips and tools that you can put in your back pocket and have with you to help navigate this midlife period, but also your life, understanding your body better and things that you can do. Because over time, what I use is time-tested tools. I use the best of modern science, but the soul and the wisdom of ancient medicine as well. And the more you understand, the better equipped you are, the better you're going to feel. And the better you feel, I tell you, when the women feel good, it ripples out into the world in the most beautiful ways. So I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. So today we're going to talk about the need to regulate your nervous system. When we override our needs, when your body gets stressed, when you push past your limits, your body's going to go into survival mode. And when we go into survival mode, that triggers the fight or flight response in our body, and this will release the ner- the dun, 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 hormones. Thank you. The hormones associated with that. So cortisol and adrenaline will increase in the body. Cortisol is a very normal, healthy hormone. It is the hormone that wakes us up in the morning. We say it's associated with that yang, that energy, that lift. It gives us the energy to get stuff done. We have a certain amount, and it should peak around midday, and then it slowly starts to decrease where our more resting hormones will come online. So melatonin is a thing that will kick in as the day gets darker and at nighttime, and that will help us sleep. If we are pushing past our needs, if we're living in a way that's a go, 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 denying that need to rest or to slow down or stop, then we have excessive cortisol and adrenaline, that kind of emergency hormone in our system. Problem with this is if ongoing, if we're living in that state and our body doesn't know the difference between saying yes when we mean no, opening up our computers and having so many emails or something that we have to do. Our body doesn't know the difference between that and pure, straight up survival. When we live in that place ongoing, we're going to tax our adrenals, or in Eastern medicine, we say our kidney system. And the thing with that is it's maybe fine when we're younger. We kind of have an excess because, and especially of hormones, because our ovaries are producing estrogen and progesterone. But as we go through midlife, perimenopause, and menopause, the adrenals become our primary place where we produce hormones post-menopause. And if we're basically using that juice in our adrenals to get shit done or to push past, we're going to be what I call in hormonal overdraft. And we all know if we're living out of overdraft, it's not as good as having money in the bank, right? It can add stress to the system. So what we want to do is continually, like life happens, we all have a lot to do, but these little micro resets that I have a series of them, but the one I'm going to give you today is another one, is reminding your body that it's safe. So you're signaling safety to your body, indicating I'm okay, it's safe. I don't need to be in this fight or flight doing all the time. And the more that you're so basically you're stimulating, a lot of the things we do is stimulating the vagus nerve, but reminding the parasympathetic system to come on board. And that's where we recover. That's where we repair tissue. That's where we rest deeply. This is where the juiciness comes back to life. And we're born to have stress. It's not about not having stress. That's impossible. And it's okay to have stress. It's just relentless stress without these moments of reminding, going back to that parasympathetic. So the more that you can reset your nervous system to this reset to safety, to remind yourself you're okay, remind yourself that I'm safe. Am I safe in this moment? I am safe. Okay. The more you can do this on a regular basis, the more your system's going to be operating from that parasympathetic or rest and digest state. The more you're going to feel nourished, and the more your body is going to be operating in a way that's coming from vitality and thriving versus surviving. And so today we're going to reset with nature. I happen to be in nature, very blessed to be out here, and I'm on it's a boat. I've had to take a boat to get here. So there's no noise, no traffic, no real neighbors anywhere close. And I've just been attuning with nature, basically sitting, staring at the trees for long periods of time. And it's amazing to feel the difference in my body. And I know not everyone has the luxury of that. And I go through life and don't have this luxury all the time. So first of all, just soak in the background, because there's studies that show if we just look at nature, our bodies reset. So take it in, but that you don't have to go away and be away for long periods of time to get the benefits of nature. So studies show that 2 hours a week can have a huge impact on your system. Spending time outdoors reduces stress, improves mood, boosts immune function. So if you can get to a park in around nature, just 2 hours a week, that's going to be helpful. Walk through a park if you go somewhere, sit and stand in a park wherever you can. And when you're in nature, for sure, use your senses, the smells, the taste, the sounds, the sights. What do you feel? That can be a huge benefit. It brings you into this moment. And a fish just jumped over there. So that was a sound that I heard. So just rebalance you in this moment. And the chemicals that the trees give off for their own immune protection actually boosts our immune system too. So if you can get into nature, that's the best. But if you can't get into nature, you can still align with nature. So there's different stages of this. If you have standing in a yard or a park out your door just for a few minutes, if you can see a tree from your window, this can count. And there was an actually amazing study that they did a study of, with patients in a hospital, and in some rooms, they had a picture of nature, a naturescape, and in other rooms they had a cityscape. And they studied, and they statistically shown that those that had a naturescape in their room repaired and healed faster and more completely than those with a cityscape. So just looking at a picture can help you align with nature. And you can even in a pinch close your eyes and imagine, this is when they say, go to your happy place. This is literally my place. This is the exact place I go. But there might be somewhere, even just imagining a tree, that can help as well. So, and what happens when we align with nature, when we attune with nature? And if you're interested in this kind of work, I'll put a link in the notes, but the Heart Math Institute has done a lot of research onto this, that we actually, when we sync with nature, our system regulates with nature. Nature's not going to get all anxious with us. We're going to actually attune to nature. And so the more you do that, the more you align, the more you're going to reset your system. And what's also amazing, if you look at a naturescape, like in the distance, a tree even. So when we're stressed, our periphery vision goes in, our head goes forward. We literally narrow what we can see and what we can handle. Our energy goes to our survival organs, our muscles, our big muscles, our heart, our lungs, but it goes away from the other organs, our digestive system, our uterus, our ovaries. And so when we look at a naturescape, what happens is our head goes back, our periphery vision opens up, and everything slows down. And what's amazing with that is when we go into this place, we actually see things differently. Our perspective changes. When the periphery vision literally opens this way, but internally as well, we see more options. And so the more you can align with nature, the more you're going to see possibilities where maybe you couldn't before when you're just simply in survival mode. And so why not do that, I say? There's some great studies I was going to mention too. There, if you have kids, the effects of kids being in nature is profound as well. They've got a bunch of studies that have shown that being in nature enhances their concentration, reduces ADHD symptoms, improves academic performance, improves creativity and problem solving. It also reduces stress, lowers cortisol, as I said, improves mood. And so, and kids actually have better motor skills, but obviously anything that's doing for kids, it's doing for adults. So do it for you. But if you have kids and you also are more motivated about your kids' well-being, you all go into nature. That would be awesome. Okay, so for today, the very, very, very simple exercise is you're just going to find nature and focus on nature. Horizon, if you can, a tree. If you can go to a garden or a park, that's great. If you only have a picture of it, put a picture on your phone or your screensaver. You know, every time that comes on, focus on that, even in your mind's eye, and just attune. If you're outside, place your feet on the earth. Even placing your feet, if you're in a building or an office somewhere, put your feet flat on the ground. If you have feet, if you don't have feet, the lowest part of your body, feel yourself rooting in. Let yourself be held by the earth, the rootedness that's there. If you're focusing on a tree, focus on the roots, the trunk, and those roots that go all the way deep into the earth, grounding and stabilizing. Tune into what's stable around you. If you're feeling anxious, what's neutral around you? And as you look at nature, a tree, a flower, a plant, notice how you feel as you pay attention to it. Just allowing yourself to breathe in and out. Even as I'm speaking, look at the nature behind me. Allow yourself to be held by the earth. That grounding, unwavering presence of nature. And just notice any support that you receive. Just sense that support, the texture, the feelings. Taking a moment to breathe. You can do this in a minute. And as you start syncing with nature, notice any changes in your breath and the rhythms, your heartbeat. Just become as fully present as you can in this moment, attuning to nature. Take one more deep breath in and a long, slow exhale out. And there you go. That's your very short nervous system resetting tool for today, aligning and attuning to nature. Anytime you see nature, tune to it, check in, say, hey, nature, and just allow yourself to be impacted by it. So hopefully that serves you well ongoing. If you like this video, please hit like below. If you want more content like this, I'm work on nervous system resetting, helping you understand your body, foods, lifestyle techniques. You can hit subscribe every week. I'm doing multiple videos and little bite-sized bits for you. And if you know another woman that you think would benefit from this, please feel free, please forward it on. I feel that the more women that understand their bodies, what's happening, and have the tools to shift and change and replenish, the better the world's going to be. So thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.